Welcome back to Sunday League Football Tournament Edition on a Saturday. Today we face up to a bunch of teams who we've never heard of, know nothing about, and are from a slightly different part of Essex to us. This is the Laindon Orient's 11-a-side tournament consisting of 24 teams, 8 teams in a group, and we're in one of them. The rules are pretty simple, 12-minute games and no offsides. The top 2 from each group go through along with the 2 best third place finishers. So rather than giving you a team lineup, let's have a look at who's not here today. We have no Super Dan, no Graham, no Aaron, no Kieran, no Kev, no Connor, and no Nolsey. Although he has come along today to support us. What a nice lad. So with so many people missing, we've had to draw in a couple of friends, starting with Chris. We all know Chris. A lot of you guys hate him for joining Palmer's, then leaving us halfway through the season for another team, but we're not one to burn bridges, and he's going to help us out at the back today. Joining him at the back is another friend of ours. He goes by the name of Jamie, but we call him Cheese. Welcome, Cheese. And finally, we're going to address this issue. We're not a racist team, it just so happens we have no black players in our team. It happens. But today we have a blast from the past for us guys. He goes by the name of Michael, and he used to hang around with us back in the school days, so let's see what he's got. So first game up for us was against Christchurch FC. Let's see how we get on in this one. And so it's Christchurch that start the stronger as the ball falls to number 9. He goes to take on Chris, who completely wipes him out. Liam clears the ball, but the ref ain't interested. It's just a throw-in. And here they come again, similar position. Luke sticks a leg in on number 16, and this time they do get the free kick. It's number 14 that stands over the ball as it hits the bar. Sean clatters into it. That looks painful. 16 picks it up. Michael attempts to get the ball off him, but 16 turns and shoots, and it goes off for a goal kick. Sean doesn't look too comfortable after that collision with the post, but he gets up and plays on. What a hero. And besides, you kind of got to, because we've only got 11 players, Sean. We can hardly get out of our half as number 3 takes on Scottish here, shoots, but Sean makes an easy save. And here they come again as number 14 picks the ball up in the centre of midfield. He puts it out wide to number 9. He has a little look up, puts it into the box, and number 11 misses pretty much an open goal. No wonder he's got his head in his arms. It was probably harder to miss. And yes, more pressure from Christchurch as 16 gets onto his right, shoots, but Cheese is there to block it to go out for a corner. Corner's whipped in, 16 rises above everyone else and heads over the bar. That's 2 points in rugby. Oh, would you look at that? There is another end to this pitch as Sam picks up the ball. He plays it back on the edge of the area to Nick as he looks up, tries to find someone across the edge of the box. He finds Liam, it goes under his foot, and it's a first time shot from Scottish, and that's I don't know. I'm just thinking the rugby posts are distracting everyone a bit. Anyway, it's back to normal with the flow of this game as Christchurch attack yet again. Number 6 picks it up on the edge of the box, cuts in, fires it, Chris blocks. It falls to number 14 who manages to get past Luke here. He ends up playing it wide towards number 9 with a first time ball into the box, and Chris is there yet again to put it out for a corner. The ball's whipped in from the corner, it goes over everyone's head, and that was full time. 12 minutes, gone very, very quickly, and probably lucky to keep a clean sheet and grab a draw out of that one. And now we wait. About an hour. But you don't have to. I'm going to spare you that. Right, on to the next game. It's Great Knightleys of Brentwood. Let's see how we get on in this one. So straight from kickoff, Nick brings the ball forward. He gives it to Michael. He plays it back to Nick. Defender cuts in, but it falls back to Michael. He takes on the defender. He's tripped, but carries on. Takes on his man. Puts the cross in, but then the ref brings it back for a free kick. Bit of a weird decision because he already gave Michael the advantage by letting him cross it. But anyway, we had our cake and it. Luke steps up to take the free kick. This man almost gets in the way, but the keeper makes the save. Oh dear, we've got a bunch of Waynes. They're getting in the way. Talking of Wayne, it looks like the ball's played straight past him there, but I can't be sure because these guys are in the way. Meanwhile, Chris is in a race with number 15. It's shoulder to shoulder. Nice cutback from our opponent. There's shoves all over the place, and eventually the ref blows up. Penalty to our opponents. Or so you thought. The referee explains that it's neither a penalty to Great Knightley or a free kick to us. Therefore, he does a drop ball in the box. It just doesn't make sense. If it wasn't a free kick or a penalty, he shouldn't have blown up in the first place. Anyway, look at this. A drop ball in the box, which is played back to 14. He plays it across goal. Wayne half clears. Number 15 shoots, and Luke eventually clears it fully. Here come Great Knightleys again with a long throw into the box, which goes over everybody's head. It's Sam that picks it up. He goes to play it out to Liam. It's number 8 that intercepts. It falls to 22. First time shot with the left, but it goes wide of the goal. Chance down the other end now as Luke picks up the ball in the centre of midfield. He gives it to Michael, who plays it through to Nick. First time shot. Keeper makes the save. Spills it, but grabs it at the second time of asking. Here's Michael now putting it about a bit as he gets the ball off number 8. He loses it, but gets it back as he bears down on the defenders, but he's taken out by number 3, and that is a free kick. It's Luke that stands over the ball as he runs up to it, hits it with the right. It's curling into that top corner, but the keeper punches it away for a corner. Scottish whips the ball into the box, and it's Cheese that gets his head onto it. Wayne's there as well, but he doesn't manage to get a foot to send it past the keeper. And that, my friends, was the last kick of the game. Another 0-0. There's just not enough time to carve anything out of these games. And now we must wait another hour until our next game. Brilliant. Well, not really. Next game, Laindon Orient thirds. There was loads of different Laindon Orients at this tournament with various different coloured kits. I completely lost track, but let's get on with the game. So we start off strong for once as Luke plays the ball up to Michael. He puts his foot on the ball, drags it past the player, gets past the next one. They collide as he works his way into the box, plays it across. Jamie's there with a first time shot. shot, past the keeper into the back of the net, and that was his first touch of the ball. He's only just turned up. Captain Fantastic does it. Great football from Michael as well. It's 1-0 to Palmers FC. Pressure down the other end now as the ball's played past Chris. I don't know what he's looking at this point, but it's number 9 who picks up the ball with a nice little drag back. He nutmegs Liam, but Scottish is having none of it. He gets the ball off him and clears it to safety. Here they come again now with a long throw into the box from number 10. It reaches number 9. We know he's tricky. He's drawn cheese out here as he goes to cross it in, cuts it back, and once again Scottish is there to take the ball off him and clear it to safety. Well done, that man. Throwing from our opponents now as the ball's thrown in towards number 7. He miscontrols it, and apparently that really hurt him. No, I mean that really hurt him. Hopefully he's okay, but wouldn't it be funny if his name was Luke? Anyway, last seconds of the game now as number 10 puts it in towards number 12. He turns and shoots. The ball's all over the place. You can't see it though because I was watching the game and not doing the camera. The ball falls to our opponent. He puts it in the back of the net, and it's 1-1. Typical. The only game that we score a goal in, we go and concede in as well, which of course my man over the other side is very happy about. We take kick-off, and then the final whistle goes. That's another draw on the board, 3 points so far. You know the drill, a long wait, and then it's time for our next game. Game number 4, we face up to Megs United. And so things start off with our opponent getting past Michael. He manages to get it back, and on the turn, plays it into the box towards Nick. He's got plenty of space. Knowles is in the way at this point. He gets the cross in. It goes over Too Good's head. Michael's done some good running to get into the box and pick it up. He's got 3 men around him as he plays it back towards Sam. He goes to shoot, but it's blocked by the defender. Here's Liam playing the ball out to Michael, and you can really tell how quick he is here as he does number 8 for pace. He's knocked off of balance, but he manages to stay on his feet. He's held up by the defender as he comes away from goal, has a little look up and plays the ball in towards Nick. He does a dummy to get past number 7 here, takes the shot, but it's easy enough for the keeper. Up the other end, it's 14, who's an absolute tank, who does a step over to get past Cheese. He plays it into the box, but Sam and Wazza combine to get it clear. And here come Mags again with number, I don't know what number that is, it looks like it's rubbed off, but he plays it to 14. It hits the back of his heel, but he still manages to pick it up. He does a nice little drag back, tries it again, but Wayne gets the better of him and he goes out for a throw. Mags are really starting to turn the screw at this point as the ball's played up to the big number 14. He's got plenty of time and space to think about what he wants to do. He easily gets past Chris here as he plays it back towards number 3. He's got his back to goal. He plays it across to number 9. Deflected, hits Wayne, comes out to number 3 who plays it back to number 9. A clear shot on goal this time as Sean makes a great save. It falls back to him for a 3rd time. He tries the shot. Chris gets in the way. It comes back to him again and then it goes out for a goal kick. No rest for the defenders in this game as the ball's played up again to number 14. He cuts easily inside of Chris. He shoots with the left. Sean makes the save. He's out to number 9, but he fires over the bar. Final chance of the game now for Mags as they come forward one-on-one with Sean. He comes off of his line to grab the ball off of 14. Great save by him. He's out of his goal. 14 takes the shot. Wayne clears it off the line. And then the guy with no number gets it under control and fires it home. And that is 1-0 to Mags. And just to give you an idea of how long was left in this game.
Was that it? Oh, no!
Yeah, oh, no! Whose voice was that anyway? And so we suffer our first loss of the tournament and we haven't actually won a game yet. It's not looking good, is it, boys? So our next game was Southminster, but they didn't turn up, so instead we had a long break and Too Good decided to get some lemon sorbet. In that time we decided to ditch the green shirts and opt for the mighty orange home kit. And just as well too, because our next opponents, Mundum Vic's reserves, wear green as well. And so the first chance of the game goes to our opponents who whipped in from a free kick but headed over the bar. Wazza's clearly not happy with how we're playing. Let's see if we can turn that around. And so it's Sean's goal kick, which is met by the head of Nick, and that's picked up bang on the halfway line from Luke, and look at this for a touch. Lovely. He gets it down and spots the run of Wazza as he plays the ball through. Wazza takes a touch past the defender. It's met by Michael, who's tackled by our opponent. Here we find Nick on the edge of the box as he plays it out wide to Scottish, and it's a first time looping ball over everyone's head, but on the end of it is Michael. He sends it past the keeper into the back of the net, and look at that, he's got a goal for Palmers FC already. Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? Should we sign Michael up for the season? Let us know in the comments below. And here he is again as he wins this header and brings the ball down. He tries to get away from the defenders, but they're taking him out from left, right and centre. Knowles is in the way and it's brought back for a free kick. Michael stands over this one, fizzes it in, but the defender heads it over for a corner. Scottish sends in another good delivery from the corner. It's Jamie that headers it, but it goes over and wide. And would you look at this, it's Wayne. He's having a nosebleed as he makes his way up the pitch. He plays a 1-2 here with Michael as he brings the ball back. Michael then spots Wazza in space as he takes a touch, has a look for the run of Luke, and then with just the defender to beat, his foot is trod on and the ball is cleared only as far as Wayne, who wins the ball back here. He plays it up assuming that Luke 2.0 is in action and he's already got back up. Obviously not. Here's Wayne getting involved with a long throw into the box. It finds Michael as he's pushed out towards the edge of the area. It's a lovely little drag back here as he makes his way to the byline, puts the cross in, but it's eventually cleared. And that, my friends, is it. Another 12 minutes gone and we get our first win of the day. Time to play the waiting game, and we're ready for our final game of the group. This one's against Laindon Orient Sunday. Another Laindon Orient, great. And it's our opponents that start the brighter as number 11 easily gets past Chris and Jamie, but his shot lets him down. Meanwhile, up the other end, it's Michael that takes a short corner to Wazza. Wazza gives it straight back to Michael. He's got a player to take take on here, which he does. He makes his way into the area, but he's taken out, and that, my friends, is a penalty. Mr. Jason Toogood steps up and fires it into the bottom right, and that is 1-0 Palmers. More attacking now as Michael picks up the ball. He looks up and puts it into the box. It goes over everyone's head, and he finds Wazza on the far side. He takes a touch, comes back and puts it across the box to Nick. He takes on this man here. He's in on goal, just the keeper to beat, but he puts it wide. Meanwhile, up the other end, Laindon Orient come forward, and on the bounce, the shot's taken, but it goes straight into the arms of Sean. And there you have it. That's our final match of the day. 2 wins, 3 draws, and we was actually given a win for the team that didn't turn up, so that puts us on 12 points. Time to pack our bags and enjoy the rest of the day. Or so we thought. Turns out we had one of the better third place finishes, so it was a case of getting our kit back on for the quarter-final. And so we face up to a more familiar side in Trojans. They're in the same league, but in a division above. And so the early action is down our end as the ball's thrown into number 24. He eventually plays it out to the number 16, who tries to make his way into the box, but it's bobbling all over the place. Luke clears it out towards Toogood, and he makes his way out wide towards the touchline. He's got Liam there if he needs him, and he does use him as Liam cuts past number 9. He clears it up the field towards Nick. He manages to get the ball down as he runs at the defenders here. Number 3 makes his way back to put pressure on him. Nick puts the ball into the box towards Michael. It's a first-time shot, and it's saved by the keeper and eventually cleared by the defender. The throw is taken long into the box by Nick as it's met by Michael, cleared by number 9, but picked up on the edge by Luke as he takes on this player here. He goes to shoot, but collides with Scottish, and it's Michael that picks up the ball on the edge. And then he's got plenty of time and space to play a lovely ball towards Wazza. Great volley by Wazza to send it past the keeper. It's 1-0 to Palmers, and great vision from Michael as well. It's Trojans' turn to put on the pressure as the ball's put into the box, but 16 heads wide of the goal. Here they come again, and it's number 2 that brings the ball forward, but Luke's with him the whole entire way to make sure he doesn't get anywhere near the goal. The corner's whipped in. It's a free header for number 10, but he heads over the bar. The goal kick's taken by Sean. It's long and high towards the halfway line, and it's headed on by the Trojan players. It finds Michael, who brings it down, plays it through towards Nick. He takes a touch to get away from the defender, but slices high and wide with the right. Here come Trojans now as the ball's played out towards number 7. On the turn, gets past Liam as he makes his way into the box, cuts onto his right, shoots. Sean's stranded, hits the bar, and goes out for a throw-in. Meanwhile, at the other end, it's Nick with a long throw-in. It's cleared once, and then cleared twice, but only as far as Wayne, who picks it up on the half volley, fires it. Would love to have seen that go in, but it does go wide. Here we come again now as Nick plays the ball out wide towards Wazza. He takes a touch and plays it back inside towards Nick. He's on the edge of the area, got plenty of space. He shoots, but hooks it out towards the corner flag. And yes, Nick, we did get that on camera. Here come Trojans again now. It's a dangerous cross, which Sean gets his hand to, and it goes out for another throw-in. The throw-in's long, and it's flicked on towards the penalty spot, but Michael's there to clear it up rather than out. Our opponent then wins the header, and it falls to number 2. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? That was literally the last kick of the game. And with no extra time in the rules, it's straight to penalties. Up first for us is Toogood, who tucks his away in the bottom right-hand corner. Number 10 steps up now and sends Sean the wrong way. But then captain not so fantastic as his penalty saved by the keeper. We can see he's not happy with that one. Number 2 steps up now and he fires into the bottom right-hand corner. Advantage Trojans. Luke's up next and he fires his into the bottom left. Followed by number 3 who gets his shot over the top of Sean. And then we've got our new lad Michael, whose missed penalty pretty much confirms we're out of this competition. And here's number 11 to put the final nail in the coffin as he puts it straight past Sean. So there you have it. Quarterfinals is where we got to, and there's definitely no shame in that considering the tough sides we come up against and the fact that we had lots of key players out. We're also told that Trojans actually went on to win this competition, so definitely no shame in what we did today. So a different kind of video today. We hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you in the next one. And on that note, that's half time. Super Danny's absolutely soaked. I wonder if we can get an update on the weather.
It's raining sideways.
Great. Have you got an umbrella?
Had one.
Well, where is it?
Inside out, 2 miles away.
Oh dear. Anyway, second half, time to kick off.